The following is a recitation of the court case involving the Burlington Detention Center for Mental Morons versus Betsruner. The defendant pleads not guilty first try. The opinion of the court is by the judge, jury, and humbler, demonstrate. Demonstrate requests all to rise with obvious exceptions. We have all gathered here, attorneys, jurors, witnesses, ironically to witness the greatest gravitational hate crime right here in our courtroom. And I'm not talking about Crouchfly. The plaintiff, the Burlington Detention Center for Mental Morons, is throwing the book at Betts for a grocery list of fraud accusations. Betsruner has been granted the right to an attorney and a pallet jack and opted to serve as his own defense, refusing to be carried. We will now hear the opening statements of the plaintiff, the BDSMM.
Thank you, your humbleness. Gentlemen of the jury, I want you to think of where your taxes truly go. Your first thought might be national defense, or helping people get into our countries illegally, killing fetuses, or new infrastructure projects to make our roads portable. The top three might surprise you. In no particular order, the biggest are government financing of land, school lunch programs, and the No Scrum Dumb Left Behind program going on in middle schools. We are here to argue that Betsruner is to blame for this, largely through fraud. To commit fraud is like cutting in line. It means to steal undue accolades. To cheat. The evidence will implicate Betsruner for his intent to commit the biggest fraud in BDSMM history. If this fart fucker is found guilty, we will move to deport it to Belgium, serving as a large budget cut and a reversal of the trade deficit in waffle imports.
We will now hear the opening statements of the big one. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll give you 5 minutes and 43 seconds to name 10 black people who haven't been to prison. This was the second longest 5 minutes and 43 seconds behind Container Ride. Let the record show that the jury was only able to name Kess, and he's currently at large, charged with eliciting dabs in a roller rink, last seen in a field in Indiana. The defense rests. The prosecutors now move to bring up their first witness, Luke. Luke was not able to give his oath louder than the wrestling match between Betsruner and a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Therefore, he was held in contempt of court and sentenced to a week in Paraculos's top bunk without bail. The defense calls Joshua Pulliam to the stand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
I do, Mode.
Where were you on April 18th, 2011 at 2:30 p.m.?
It's all so clear to me, especially since I'm Josh. I was drunk playing my favorite mobile game at the time, Camera. Betts came up to me with this smug grin on his face that he gets when it's pizza day, or as he liked to call it, Pizza's Day. He told me he found a new game, and he needed a co-op partner. But when he showed me the game, it was clear he had only gotten the cube momentum. I told him he should play as the cube so it could drop faster.
Hold up. Do you still have a picture of his smug grin?
Cut! This picture is slanderous to my character and is irrelevant to the case. Sustained.
I actually deleted all the illicit pictures. I regret it every day.
Wee woo. Overruled.
Josh, please bring up the YouTube channel Nooch M.
Josh does it mode.
Let the record give full credit for this picture to Tanger 2B.
Overruled.
The defense rests.
Josh, who is still on the stand, attempts to answer Betsruner's snoring with even louder snoring, and is excused from the bench. Neither were sleeping.
The prosecution calls Dane to the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
I, Dane.
Let's talk about the first time you met the Betts.
Well, it was a hot and wet night, and I'm not talking about the weather. Everyone was enjoying a mild buzz from the undercooked dogs. Betsruner was plus 2 hours past the projected time, and we all assumed he soft-locked himself in the car. The doors to the house slowly crept open, and in came Josh, Luke, and Betsruner, and I'm still not talking about the weather. This is when we all got really scared. Now, normally, this wouldn't be a big problem, but there wasn't even an elevator in this Airbnb to clip through. So I found the next best thing. I took a bag of flamin' hot Cheetos and placated the hungry one. Luckily, Josh was also equipped with tranquilizer, although he mostly used it on himself and Tanger.
Such a sobering account. Was there anything that led you to believe he couldn't be trusted?
He said something about not liking food.
Objection! Carrying the witness! Sustained.
Dane, how would you describe the defendant?
If I had to be blunt, I want to drown him in a lake. But I don't have to be blunt, so I say he's a decent guy when he's not hungry, and he can stomach a joke better than Paraculus, known for bullying every girl with purple hair in the Portal 2 community.
No further questions. The defense rests.
So, what you're saying is that if I'm not hungry, you would like me? Well, here's what I have to say about that.
Objection.
Don't you cut me off again! Dane, I will have you know I'll always have better times than you, better opinions than you, and better zingers than you or Tanger could ever spit. Mine aren't just fire, they're flame broiled. If you can't respect that, I'm gonna trash every CM time you did in a single sitting. That's for the love of saves, have a fucking pizza. No, you're right. I'm wrong. We will adjourn when Bet's pizza.
Pizza time.
Much better. Alright, so as I was saying, while we both have mutual respect, I would venture to say that we've grown apart. Though we act in good jest, a lot of what we say to each other is taken to heart. I need to tell you that I forgive you for all of it. You will learn in time that your actions have consequences. But for now, I want you to think of every insult flung as a snapping turtle biting the tip of your heart. After a pause buffer, Dane demands to see his doctor and is carried away on a ball stretcher.
Prosecution now calls Shane to the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, and I'm not talking about the court case.
What do you do for a living?
I am a full-time speedrun meme producer. I have no excuse for myself and the horror I bring to they whom get in my way.
Your files say you are a doctor.
Your English makes me wish your internet persona died with Cookbooker. I'm not some smart slut. I doctor footage for people who can pay for my quality work.
May I ask you what you were doing on the evening of Saturday, June 8th, 2019?
My biggest job to date. I was offered the deal of my life to create the illusion of Betsruner executing a jump. In return, I would get a lunchtime supply of pizza, and for kicks, I would get my flamin' hot Cheetos back.
Objection! Irrel to the case!
You thick dummy.
This is the only thing to have been relevant to the trial so far. Overruled.
Let's cut to the chase. Do you have a sample of your work?
Well, this is the photo of Betsruner executing the quote-unquote jump.
Wow. I might have to drop my button case after seeing this. Clearly the second law of motion doesn't exist. Do you have the original in your possession?
The photo is too big to fit in my recycle bin, so I can't delete it.
Objection! Irrel. Is that a fucking forklift?
That's actually a government-patented leg lift.
No further questions?
So you say I paid you for these pictures.
Yes.
Do you have any records of the payment?
They were all in unmarked Pizza Hut gift cards from Belgium.
Hear that first try! 3, 2, 1, not guilty, not guilty!
Just a few more questions for the boy. Do you have physical education diploma with you?
Always.
Let's crack that bad boy open. Ah yes, the class of 72, stepfathered in just before the moderated leaderboards. The only proof they needed was the class picture. He doesn't seem to have aged a tick since it happened. Must be phys ed timescale. And now, to cut to the cord, how did Bets pay you?
Bets, pizza.
And you accepted?
Bets, pizza.
And you cashed in immediately?
Bets, pizza.
You have photos of it?
Bets, pizza.
And it links Betsruner to the payoff?
Bets, pizza.
Cut!
Mom! Bathroom! I'm sorry.
Okay.
Any more witnesses? Yep, this has been a long time coming. You know who he is if you know the wet baker. That's why I'm gonna keep this cut and dry. Get up here, Pero.
Hey guys, glad I made the cut.
Eat shit!
I'm not your nurse.
You're a terrible person!
Overruled.
Hey now, we're all stars here. Let's forget about the law and cut to the chase. Where were you in the summer of 2013?
I was fat, so I was sitting down. I was in school, studying to be a sitter. My hobbies include computer sitting, government-funded transportation sitting, and sleep sweating.
Judging from your desk, it seems like you weren't cut out for such a position.
No, shut up. I dropped out of college because I didn't like it that much. I became a full-time Poor 2 dipshit majoring in single-segment speedrunning with a minor at cussing at young Twitch audience members.
You sound like my stepdad. Have you ever been to gym?
Bitch, I'm so ripped, Jim failed me.
Twice bitten by Pero's undeniable gaffes, Betsruner spits at him for the first time in his life with gusto. You think every joke you make is highlight-worthy, do you? You think you're the hot snot that re-glues the P2 speedrunning community with cunning impunity? I got a reality check for you, and it ain't fitting to bounce, dog!
Who are you snapping at? I'm Paroculus. It's Latin for the M-word. I already know I'm the best. I create routes like no one else. Skip the 120 and turn sabotage, 0 portals, and 4 fucking maps, and had the Portal 2 single segment with container ride world fucking record for a fucking year. Tanger himself ranked me snake-pilled. That means top fucking tier, fucker. You never even been top of a toilet. So shit down, shut the fuck up, and eat my shit.
Mom! Montage!
Anything I can put on to give myself some more hype right now. Actually, I think I got one.
Everybody left and right. Break it down.
I almost feel bad for you.
Yeah, I should probably stop masturbating so much to porn. That's why. Dude, no!
Yes, ask him tomorrow, Cass, when he's awake.
Dude, no!
Oh! Holy fuck, I just got world record! Holy shit! Holy fuck, dude!
Just a little bit. It doesn't want to be defied, but you break the rules because you're a hipster and you're good at managing your time.
Yep. Help? I'm kind of like, I got the webcam on. What's she doing? She's not getting out. She's really in there. Yeah. This is what was in there. Everyone say hi to this bird.
I move, so to speak, to drop all the charges and convict Paroculos of cyberbullying and being a little pig boy. There's rightfully no statute of limitations on that, and
I didn't save!
the transcripts of the court case! And someone has to pay. What say you, jury?
Thanks, guys. I'm Sushi here, full-time rank 2 placeholder. This reminds me of the story the last time I had jury duty on the weekend of PAX. Paroculus was on trial for a hate crime when commentating Tanger and Yoshi Pro's race. Now, normally, this would have been an open and shut case, but someone played Death Grips, so the case was thrown out, like me. Anyways, we the jury find the defendant hungry! We find the witness guilty of cyberbullying and being a
Paraculos, I sentence you to Portal 2 speedrunning community service for 5,000 hours, sweeping leased portals, and 2 consecutive birds for pets. Paraculos, having just taken the hugest prescription for L since Hairlocker, is tackled by his sentence like a stepson in the dirt. After many swears, headphone slams, and cry rubs with the webcam on, he finally takes responsibility for something he's done. He resets, steps up, and accepts the sweet, intoxicating NyQuil of justice. He had a speech, but naturally he used it as a tissue. Paraculo sits at home, thinking about how many adolescents he's berated. Betsruner has been promoted to full-time moderator of Speedrun.com shortly after the case. This has been a recitation of Betsruner vs. the BDSMM by Eric Ashendorf, no relation, for his public rambling class. I hope to get a passing grade, but I know what I deserve.
Are we done?